Hello.
Hello, friends. How are you today? It is time to be awesome.
It is time to be awesome. And
So,
click the button. That's what I'm
click the button,
trying to
Steve.
do.
Come on. All right.
Buttons clicked.
We're coming at you from a new place. It's my parents' house. Yay! So, we're here.
It's
We
been
are
quite a busy
moved
week.
out of the apartment. We have sold my high school car. We have sold Ellie. We have moved everything we own into somewhere else.
We have shuffled our things about 12 times.
Yep.
And we moved it from our house to the apartment, and from the apartment to Sarah and Peters,
Mhm.
and from Sarah and Peters into the truck, and from
Mhm.
the apartment into the truck, and from the apartment to her parents' house, and
Yep.
from the apartment to my parents' house.
Mhm.
And then we moved some stuff from the truck back into Sarah and Peter's house,
Yes.
and then from the truck back into her parents' house.
Yes.
And I have some stuff at Sarah and Peter's that is from the truck going to my parents' house.
Yes.
So that's been fun.
We flip flopped it all. We are ready to be on the road now. So tomorrow we head to Collierville, Tennessee, and then on to Dixon.
We've had like a million people
Respond for the
respond.
Collierville because it's a private residence, so we don't advertise the address. So if you are interested, and yes, cute.
Yes,
It
it
has
was
been
a
a
huge
huge
week.
week. Um, so yeah, private residence. So we have been very careful about making sure that people have to ask for that address. But we will be there from 12 to 5 tomorrow. We should be all set. We'll
Yeah,
show up a little early, actually.
we'll
So
be there a little bit. We'll be set up by noon for
we
sure.
should be set
So
up all by noon and ready to go. So that's going to be fun. And then we're going to go visit our friends in Dixon, Tennessee for
yes.
Middle Tennessee Fiber Festival
Yep.
Friday and Saturday at the fairgrounds. And we're staying with Q, which is very exciting, the fold out cat. And we're also staying with Oink Pigments. Helena's going to be hanging out with us. We had a very, very awesome show this weekend. So, Eureka Fiber in the Ozarks really went off without a hitch.
Yeah.
And we had a fantastic turnout. We were really, really happy with how it all came together.
There's always, I mean, there was like a handful of the small, like minor little like issues, but no major issues, no big hang-ups,
Yeah.
no troubles, no, you know, angry attendees, no bathroom
Well,
explosions, no.
not any angry attendees to our faces.
Yes. Okay. Maybe someone was angry, but we didn't
Sometimes,
we didn't hear a lot about it.
sometimes we have
So
angry attendees to our faces. So
it went really, really
yeah,
well. The weather being perfect
it was
helped a
really
lot.
nice.
So that was really nice. Um,
The Oink Adventure Cat.
yeah, that's great. That's
That's gonna be the Oink Adventure House. This
yes,
Oink Adventure Cat House this weekend. That's gonna be great fun. I can't wait to
yes.
see that. Anita, it's nice to see you this evening. Hi,
Okay.
Kay.
Yeah.
Tiffany, I just sent you a text. So Tiffany got to use her. So what we decided for Tiffany, because she won our 29 minutes for 29 days drawing, was that we were going to give her a gift certificate to use on the yarn truck because she has shopped the yarn truck before and she already has a lot of our swag. And so we didn't want to just
We wanted to
like
let her
repeat
pick what
stuff.
she wanted.
So
Yes, I.
yes.
That's where I went, Tiffany, when she said cat
I
house.
know,
Yes, that's where I
right?
went.
It's gonna
Um,
be a lot of fun.
but yeah, we let her pick some things because we wanted to let her choose,
Yeah.
what she got. But yeah, she volunteered. Her and her mother helped a lot. Cindy, at the
They
festival over the
volunteered on
weekend.
Saturday and they were awesome help. They sat at the front desk and kept count of everything. And all the people who came in, they helped with collecting donations with bags and everything else. Yes, I know.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Cat,
She,
you better figure out a different word that I can use here, okay? Because I don't know right now. Okay, Tiffany says that she got awesome stuff and all of her friends are now jealous.
um,
So,
but because she worked the front desk
mhm,
and counted people, We were letting her in on inside information about who won the
Yes.
booth contests for the weekend. So we had in-person voting, and we had people could scan a QR code and vote for their favorite booth, their favorite colorway, and their favorite finished object. And we can reveal the winners now.
We can.
They don't know it yet, but
Best booth, which who will win a free 10 by 10 booth space next, or yeah, 10 by 10 booth space next year, single booth space, is Hill Creek Yarn and Fiber out of Columbia, Missouri.
yes,
And then next up is the best colorway, and Apothecary has won best colorway of the show.
should get a
So
free sponsorship. Like I think we
she's the
decided.
Friday night
Yeah, the Friday
sponsorship.
night sponsorship.
She has a
and
free
then-
Friday night
yeah.
sponsorship, so she'll have her logo on the Friday night bags and maybe on some banners.
We
as
haven't
well.
figured out the banner situation for next year
We'll
yet.
figure
But
that out.
I
But
think we're gonna try to get all of our sponsors on a banner, maybe.
yeah. So, but the Friday night event, she'll have also she'll be featured there, and we'll do some
Yeah.
more stuff with that. And then our best
Finished object.
finished object. So like you walk around the show and your favorite like finished thing. Our winner was the Whimsical You, and they barely edged out Plied Yarn and Chaos Fiber Co. So
That was a close one.
that was a really close
That one was
one.
closer than the other two.
What was really interesting is like just the demographic, like not demographic, but like the how the votes like played out.
Distribution of the
Distribution,
votes, yeah.
that's the word. So because you said
Yeah, so we
like-
had it's funny, because you gotta expect that the people voting online are savvy enough to, like do a QR code
scan a
and
QR code, yeah.
and type in everything and vote. And so uh, we had 32 online responses, and no vendor got more than 3 votes for best
Yes.
booth. So it was a very
Tight race.
distributed vote.
It was really awesome to see because that means that
Yeah, that means
everyone
people,
had great votes.
at least some people liked everybody.
Yeah.
So there were great response, and that means a lot of people got to see all the booths. I guess it doesn't necessarily mean that, but I like to think it does.
Yeah, I think everyone had really great booths. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did. It
I
was
was a little
great.
stressed out the whole time, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
I feel like you did better than last year for
I did.
stress.
I really
Yeah, it
did.
was.
Next year we have plans to be even better.
Yes.
We've already had our big meeting and have already started plotting how to make next year better. So we have some really good ideas, and I will say that more food is involved.
Yes.
So that's exciting. And
Folks were taking the vote super serious in person.
hi, Jazz. It's nice to see you, Jazz. Those, okay.
The
Jazz
dot pebbles, man, those
finished
were
her
crazy good.
dot pebbles frog and newt, and her newt glows in the dark. It's super
Yeah,
cool.
those were. I saw the pictures. They're really
You
good. I
guys
like
should
the frog.
check those out on Instagram. She tagged us. I think she might have tagged us on Facebook too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't remember. I did a lot
Um,
of Facebook messaging because of all the people messaging us about the thing at Collierville tomorrow.
Yes, we've been a lot on Facebook Messenger. So today is the kickoff for our spring make along.
Yes.
I am not knitting on any of that stuff right now. That's okay because there's always tomorrow.
So did any of you pick National Frog Day it says. Did any of you pick a tea or tank to work on this spring for the hashtag yarn adventure
YAT
Yeah.
M
Yarn
AL.
adventure tea tank make along?
No, it's
I don't know.
It's Yarn Adventure Truck Make Along Spring 2024.
Okay. Did I send that to myself in an email? Because
I think you
don't
did.
remember. I feel like that's something I would have sent to myself.
You commented on last week's video.
Okay, that means something
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
means nothing,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know. We'll find it. Anyway.
Yeah, 'cause I remember you saying, if anyone remembers, that'd be great.
Oh, we need to learn all about taking measurements. Let me go get my tape measure, okay, guys? Here we go. I'll be back.
Oh
Dave's
yeah.
gonna entertain you for a minute.
YAT make alone. Yeah, MAL. Yeah, I think Anita. I think it was YAT MAL 2024. I feel like there was a spring maybe in there or something.
There's definitely spring in there.
Spring 2024.
Because they usually
YAT
just say spring
MAL.
because
I think YAT MAL spring
Yeah.
2024. I think.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
definitely. My
Let's
mom's
see.
over here laughing at us because we can't remember.
Tiffany says she sadly cannot garment along right now, but will totes be
All
ready
right.
for a new fall.
Well, okay, spring and
I'm gonna go to Facebook and see if I can find it.
okay.
Or I can
So,
do that on my phone. And I wasn't even there when you mentioned it. Yeah, she guessed. I think it's YATMAL spring 2024.
yeah, I think it is too.
And if it wasn't, that's what we meant.
It definitely was. So we're gonna write that down here in a second. Tiffany says she's plotting. Okay. So, if you are getting ready to make your sweater, or pullover, tank, whatever you're doing,
Yes, we were the ones that made it up, Tiffany. So
It's
we've
been
done
a
a lot
really
of
long
since
week.
the. Oh, Anita did
Oh,
it.
good.
Oh, and your cables are on the way,
Yes,
Anita.
Anita, your cables are on the way. Okay, so um, when we are talking about,
Sorry, yeah.
I'm gonna turn this.
Sadie's,
Okay,
Sadie's more.
so when we are talking about measuring for for your spring shirt, whatever it may be, t-shirt, whatever, and like this is a dress, but it's like that t-shirt style, so it's a little bit of a raglan or a set-in sleeve here, and then it's got the crew neck on the top. Okay, so for me, as a larger busted person, I don't always rely on my full bust measurement, which is you measure at your widest point, which would be here on me, and you go all the way around, making sure your tape measure is flat. I actually use my measurement that's called my high chest. It's like my armpits, basically, and right over the top. And that gives me a much more true measurement so that the back of my t shirt is going to fit better. And then we can kind of modify depending upon whether we're changing that up. So most shirt patterns are going to be written with like a C cup, essentially. If it has shaping at all, it's going to be written with like a C cup in mind. So if you're not that, then it's not going to help you any to make a shirt that fits that way. So okay, so here we go. And I'll measure myself, and I will totally tell you my measurements because I don't feel like that's not fair for me to do. And I've gotten better at doing this by myself. So, okay. So you want your shoulders to be relaxed when you do this, and then we're gonna to go all around. And I'm using a red tape measure, which I will put in my bag with whatever one I decide to put in here. So, okay. So I put this in, and my tape measure is backwards. Try again. I didn't actually start at 0. Try again.
Does happen.
It really does. Okay. This is terribly entertaining, I know. I'm really good for entertainment this week. If you came to the Friday night event, you would know. There was like chaos and laughter and me not knowing what's going on.
There was chaos.
Chaos was there, actually, yes. Okay. All right.
Slam. We're reading Q's comments
I'm
about.
sorry, that was a great face
No,
I that I just made.
I did find it. I typed it in the comments there. It's YAT Spring MAL 2024.
Oh, so close. Man.
That was the documented one from last week.
So, this would be my full chest. Like I said, right across the widest part of your chest, wherever that would be, whatever foundation you would normally wear, that's what you want to do. If you're working with one without any, like a unisex pattern or something that doesn't have any shaping at all, this is the measurement you would want to take. So mine is right at 49. And then if I go ahead and slide this up because it's nice and even now, and I measure my upper chest. So it literally sits under my armpits because that gives me my it's flat on my back. That gives me like my cross back really nicely. And that means that the back of the shirt's going to lay flat. And so that's what I really, really want. All right. So I'm going to measure this one, and it's a 4-inch difference. It's 45 inches. So that's the measurement that I would use for whatever shirt I'm going to make. The other one that I would recommend measuring is actually from your, like, from where the edge of your shirt is going to be, like your collar, and I would measure down to your armpit, especially if you're doing a tank top. This measurement's really, really important. Okay. I know it doesn't seem that way, but it really is. So,
So for the opening of your sleeve.
this is called the arm scythe. Okay, I learned things. Okay.
Is this part of your sweater math class?
This is part of my sweater math class. You're getting the preview. I'm teaching sweater math at Lamb Shop in Denver. So here and then down. So I want it to be straight though, so I'm gonna kind of like.
Yeah, it's not coming out to your arm.
Yeah, I don't want it to come out to my arm.
Yeah.
I just want to know the depth, this number. So if I do that, it's like 10.5. And so that's going to accommodate how deep my actual arm is. And that's going to help me make sure that my tank top isn't like gaping open and I have side boob hanging. Okay. We don't want that. Side boob is not attractive. Let's not do that. This is terribly entertaining for these people.
I'm sure.
Okay. So yeah, and so those are your two main measurements that I really want you to think about. If you are wider on your bottom half than your top, like your hip measurement is wider, I would recommend also measuring at your whatever your hip line is, like where you want your t-shirt to end, because that's going to give you a nice, you can increase out to give you a little bit of an A line, and that will flow off your hip a little better. So, and that's a really easy measurement to make and change. So if you have questions about that one, that's kind of a very like top specific option. Um, so so a lot of times, Anita, like what we want to do is we actually want to shorten, because I have like a really short torso, right? So I end up shortening this number a lot. So my neckline actually gets quite a bit shorter. And that's also so I don't show off all the cleavage too, because there's a lot there. It becomes a lot very quickly.
And because you have the short torso, like if you made a shirt that like fit your bust, fit you in the shoulders, and fit you everywhere else, it might be gaping on them.
Yeah. Like, so if I did that, then I will have gaping if I knit one that will fit my full bust. Okay, so the other thing that we want to talk about is measure your gauge, do pre and post blocking of your gauge swatch. I know that sounds ridiculous, but measuring it before and after helps you figure out, like, when it says, oh, knit to 8 inches, like how far is actually 8 inches, like when you are doing whatever it is you're doing. So is it like 8 inches at the end? Like, because if your swatch grew like lengthwise after you blocked it, then you need to basically take that math and figure out, okay, well, how long is 8 inches going to be when I, like, how many rows will that be after it's blocked? So that way you're not ending up with that giant armhole because this grew, not because of any fault of you or your measurements, but because you didn't account for that growth in the blocking process.
And if you're like, oh man, doing a swatch and blocking it, that takes a long time. I don't want to do it.
It takes longer to reknit a sweater.
It's not a shortcut.
I understand that you hate doing gauge swatches. I understand that entirely, but do it anyway. Okay. All right. That's how I feel about that. And I have definitely knit some sweaters without gauge swatches. And do I wear them? No.
You either redid them or you were sad.
I was sad.
Or both.
So don't do that. Don't make my mistakes. Okay. What else should I talk about?
I don't know.
Oh, ease. Okay. For most t-shirts and tank tops, we're going to be talking about negative ease. So, or zero ease. Ease is literally like how much bigger or smaller the garment is as compared to your body size. And so, like, when we talk about like this dress that I am wearing has negative ease. So it sits close to my body. If I was to lay it down on the table and I was going to measure it like flat, it would be a few inches smaller or have negative ease over my actual measurements. Okay, so ease just basically gives us like the fit. So if I look at my dress, and it's a swing style dress, so it's like a swing dress, right? So up here I have negative ease, and down here I have positive ease. Okay, so I want to look at that schematic in our pattern, and you're going to go, okay, do I want that negative ease here? Or do I need more positive ease here? What makes me more comfortable? So consider those numbers whenever you're picking your sweater pattern, and like your sizing. Thank you very much, Laura. Um, Hi, Laura. I hope you're enjoying your baskets. Um, so yeah, does that all make sense? I hope it does. I don't know. I'm gonna check over here on Instagram really fast. Um, that was not Instagram.
Alt tab.
I don't know where I am. Okay, good. We're good over there. Um, so yeah. So whenever you see a pattern that says um 8 to 12 inches of positive ease, that means that this is going to sit out here. It's like 6 inches on either side. Okay. So that's going to give you a much more loose and flowy look. And maybe a more drapey fabric would be ideal. So something in a linen or a silk or something like that would be a much more ideal fabric for you, or maybe even like an alpaca. Um, Depending on how you all feel about what each of those things and whether you're allergic and whatever. If you're going to be doing something that's more fitted and you want it to kind of cling up here and then drape off, keeping in mind that if you're doing more of a drapey fabric, sometimes that can grow lengthwise here. So that's kind of important to also keep in mind. So think about the characteristics of your fabric choice, and by fabric choice I mean yarn and fiber choice, and then yeah, okay. I think I covered a whole lot of things, and I've probably really confused all of you. Don't hate me. Message me.
Seriously, message us and
Seriously,
we'll,
message me, and I'll try to walk you through it better. And we can go over more like specific things. This is Grant. Say hi, Grant. You guys say hi, buddy. Oh, is it raining outside? This is Grant. Today is his birthday. He is 8 years old. He's 8. Yeah, you're 8, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. Um. So okay, that was like the really fast sweater math.
yeah, that was like sweater math in 5 minutes.
No, it's sweater math in 5 minutes. So if you really do have questions, let me know. And I would love to know what patterns you're knitting. So there's some really great tank tops coming out. I know Hohi Locatelli is coming out with one the 23rd of March, and it's made out of Coleman. And so that one is from Queen City Yarn, and that is the yarn we have on the truck. We will be getting that yarn in right after that. So we'll have it for Easter weekend. We won't have it this weekend, but we'll have it
We'll have it for Yarnitopia.
We'll have it for the next week. So if you're looking for that particular one, and that is a linen silk blend, beautiful drape, lovely stitch definition, wears really well and softens really nicely. So
it's I haven't seen a lot. It's 50-50 linen silk, and I have not seen a lot of those blends in other places. So
we also have a really nice from Apothecary, actually, the alpaca linen silk, which is 50% alpaca, 25% linen, 25% silk,
and it's
gorgeous drape.
Just like you would expect. You know, the linen silk, like it's durable, drapes nice, but the alpaca addition to it, like it gives it like a little bit of a halo. It makes it like super soft. Yeah.
So and those are both DK weight, so you're not having to like go, but it's fingering and I'm going to be knitting on this forever, and I understand because that's a lot.
Yes.
For crochet, I would actually, I like the way that wool kind of gives you that ease option, the negative ease option, without like distortion. Because sometimes like the linen can get a little distorted over time. Like it has
It just softens up.
it softens and drapes more,
Yeah.
and so it loses that shape. The wool keeps that memory, and so you're keeping more of that defined shape. So I kind of like that for crochet, or I like that for a more fitted top. So for like a t-shirt, I actually do enjoy a nice wool tee. So yeah, and don't forget we have the bundles on Ravelry where I went through and I picked all kinds of patterns. So those are available for you, and I think that's it. Oh look, I made progress.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I made progress
On your
on my multi-state.
multi-state
We
shawl.
have 2 of these kits left.
I know, right?
We have to get more.
Right about the time you like get
I'll
pretty
finally
well
finish
through
the
it,
project
we'll
and then
be
like, oh
out of
look,
it.
here we
Yeah.
are. So and we have to order some more from Cesium. We need to let them know. Is there anything else?
I want to show some pictures of my telescope.
Oh yeah,
stuff,
okay. So Dean's gotten a telescope for like go ahead and
3 days out of the last
3
week,
days last week, which
that
is
was
huge.
a lot compared to what I have been able to do recently.
And what else did we do this week?
We sent Ellie away with
we sent Ellie away.
Cesium.
So Cesium Yarn came and got Ellie. I think last week they had just announced that they were the ones who were buying Ellie, and it's super exciting. So they are going to be making her a yarn trick again, and they went away, and it was a little bittersweet to watch her drive away. But at the same time, they have already had some super fantastic adventures, and we are so excited that Ellie gets to continue on those. So Dean's going to put up his pictures now and talk to you about his telescoping for the last couple of days.
Yeah, so it was actually really clear, and so I was very excited to. Oh, Anita said that baby llama is really soft.
Oh, that has some really gorgeous drape too. And there's a T-shirt on the truck that's a sample in the baby llama. So I don't know if Dean showed that to you or not, but it's one of my favorites.
I don't
It's a floodlight, and it's by Tanis Gray, who is going to be the guest speaker at the Madison Knitters Guild the night I'm there.
The day that you're there on April 8th, on the day of the eclipse, actually.
Yes, on the day of the eclipse. Okay.
Okay, so the first night, I guess it would have been
last Tuesday.
Tuesday night? Yeah, last Tuesday night.
You hadn't finished processing these yet when we videoed.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Anyway, so this the first one is the Leo triplet of galaxies. And so, yeah, 3 galaxies that are in somewhat, I mean, as relative to space, they're in somewhat close proximity, but they're frequently photographed because they appear to be in close proximity in the picture. But yeah, it turned out amazing. Man, I was really, really excited about this one. This is the first time I had gotten to photograph these 3 galaxies together like this. And it just, wow, it really came out extremely well. So I was super happy with that. That same night, the first thing I actually did, so we'll skip over this. The first one thing I actually did was get a picture of the comet that is currently visible right now, 12P Pons Brooks. So it just rolls right off the tongue. I've actually taken multiple pictures of this over the last few days, and one of the things I'm looking forward to is learning to process comet pictures a little better to make this a little less bright and make the tail a lot brighter. I think I can do that now. I just haven't put that together yet.
A couple of the ones you took last night, you could see how long the tail was. It was super cool to see.
I think it's actually going to turn out better than this one. So I've been able to see that every night this week. All 3 times I went out. The other night that I went out, I did a redo of the Whirlpool Galaxy. So I actually did the first week I had my telescope. One of the very first targets I was able to look at was the Whirlpool Galaxy here, and I actually it at the time I was like thrilled with it, but
so much better now.
I was able to improve a lot on it this time. So I was incredibly thrilled with what I was able to do with my telescope this week.
It really does look amazing, Laura. We agree, and we are really happy with how it turned out.
So yeah, that's what I did in my spare time this week. So
yeah, okay. Is there anything else? Did
we
cover everything?
I don't know, and that's right at 30 minutes. So.
Oh wow, wait. What pattern is my orange Rhinebeck sweater? My orange Rhinebeck sweater is the Ease by Alicia Plummer. because we all know that I'm obsessed with Alicia Plummer. Was one of the first patterns I knit from her. And it has a gorgeous like funnel collar. And then I have contemplated over the years putting in a kangaroo pocket, but I haven't. So
that was fun because you knit that sweater one year, like in 2017 or
I knit the
18.
sweater and I did a crew neck on it.
And then you added the collar.
And then the next year I added the collar.
Yeah.
And then
And then you added the thumb holes and the. Or
yeah.
did you do that when you did you?
No, I
knit
did
that
the
from
thumb holes the first year,
What did
but
you
I
add?
added some length to it because I wanted.
You did, yeah.
It was
you
like
added,
it was. I wanted it longer, and
Yeah.
so and then I did the I cord in it and
the I
everything.
cord. Yeah, that's what.
And so I like reknit it over 2 years, and then but it's tunic length, and so it covers my butt. Oh, I almost forgot. If you are knitting any sweater of any kind or any garment, pick one measuring tape to put in your bag with that sweater and use it for all of your measurements. I mean, for your gauge swatch, for you, for everything, because every measuring tape is not made the same. And
the stretch and
just in general, it just if you it stays more consistent that way, and it's a lot more friendly for you. Find your favorite t-shirt in your closet and use that for measurements of like your ideal shirt as well. That will also help you with your journey. So okay, that was all I had. Those are important. Okay. Okay. So don't forget to do our tees and tanks.
YAT Spring MAL 2024.
I promise we'll actually like start posting about that this week. Yes. Like that is on my list of things to do.
Because we'll have like
something on.
time to do stuff, you know, like
someday.
and not be doing a festival this week. So, running a festival this week.
Yeah. So it runs from today through June 20th.
Yeah.
It's through the first, like, to the first day of summer.
Yes. To the first day of summer.
Don't worry. You have plenty of time. Whips are welcome. And we're going to do, like, some kind of drawing something or another at some point about, like, who's participating. So tag us. Yeah. Tag us.
Use that hashtag. Now that we know what it is, YAT Spring MAL 2024. And use that hashtag, and we will
tag at Yarn Adventure Truck.
Tag Yarn Adventure Truck.
Because if we don't see that, then we don't know to count it.
We can, yeah, I mean,
we can find it, but it's a lot harder. So okay. Tiffany says that the collar and the thumb holes really made her want that sweater. Well, I can help you with the thumb holes, Tiffany.
You can make it. You can't have that one.
No, please don't make mine. Please don't take mine. All right.
All right. We are out. Bye, all.
We'll see y'all later.